Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is? Shit, you ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now are you? Right? You ain't. Well, first of all, prayers to everybody that's going through more things than damn boxing on the planet right now. We got war going on. We got still got COVID going on. We got governments lying about the war, lying about COVID and stuff like that. There's so much going on that, actually, you can relax and sit back and enjoy things like this to just keep your mind off of what's really going on in the world right now. We got a problem as a species. But anyway, let's talk about something a little bit lighter. My man, Joseph Parker. Y'all know I roll with Joe. I don't care what nobody say. He's one of the top 5 heavyweights in my opinion. I say it all the time. He's got the 2 losses in England. We know that, against Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. Both controversial. And everybody else had to deal with Joseph Parker, right? Because he's a good fighter, period. I think he's very complete. Now, Joseph Parker could possibly get the rematch with Anthony Joshua, right? Now, we do know all props to, the main man in boxing right now, the living legend in Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk has bigger problems right now fighting in Ukraine and, putting his life on the line for his country. So he's already was a hero of mine, okay? For the way that he goes and fights in everybody's backyards and became undisputed and wants to become undisputed in heavyweight division after being so in cruiserweight. This is a living legend, people. Focus, right? Don't matter where he comes from, what he look like, or nothing. We know in boxing that everybody is all spoiled and coddled. And you have a fighter right now that's going to everybody's exactly where they live and going to beat them up. And doing it over and over and over again. So all hail Alexander Usyk. But because Alexander Usyk can't fight Anthony Joshua in that rematch, because we don't know what's going to go on in the Ukraine. All we do know is if don't stop in the Ukraine, I'm not sure if Putin going to stop in the Ukraine. He's going to probably go try to get Poland and anything else popping off. So that's very, very risky business, serious business going on there. But Alexander Usyk probably won't be able to fight no rematch right now with Anthony Joshua. So I seen an article talking about the 5, realistic opponents for Anthony Joshua. And, the good news is Joseph Parker was one of them. Right? He was one of them. Matter of fact, they had him up at the top. Because right now, Joseph Parker, after his fight against Chisora, doesn't have an opponent right now. And a rematch with Anthony Joshua would definitely sell in England. Especially if they, let people realize and know, which they probably won't, but we're going to say it here every time we talk about that fight. The damn judge couldn't speak English between Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. All he could say in English was, break! That's it. Why on earth would you have an Italian dude that couldn't speak English go to England with 2 people that speak English and can't speak no English? What the hell that's why there wasn't no infighting. Okay? So you market it like that. You also marketed that Joseph Parker's resurgent, that he gave Dillian White all he can handle and show those last round of Dillian White when he would have Dillian White glad the fight was over. And also when he got headbutted by Dillian White in the first round and Dillian White got the 10-8 round or the second round, whatever. Right? Anthony Joshua, there was not too many highlights, but from either one of these guys. So that was a pretty even fight between Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker, but Joseph didn't do enough for the titles to switch hands. And I didn't think so. But I think Joseph Parker has learned from that. So Joseph Parker is one of them. Right? That's the good news. Right? Let's get into the middle news. There's the other 2. One of them is Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. And I'm telling you right now, Joshua ain't fighting Louis Ortiz. Not after no loss to a left-handed, a southpaw with less power. I don't think he's going to fight Ortiz. So that's good news for Joseph Parker, because he ain't going to fight Ortiz. Another one is Joe Joyce, the guy that Joseph Parker could be fighting for that WBO mandatory spot. Now, I don't think Anthony Joshua should mess with no Joe Joyce right now either. Tell you why. Joe Joyce got too much, his chin is too good. And his work rate is too good. Right? I don't think Joseph Parker, not Joseph Parker, but I don't think Joe Joyce has one punch knockout power, but his resilience and his stamina would be an issue for Anthony Joshua, and you don't have him with size. I don't think Anthony Joshua should mess with him. So that's also good news for Joseph Parker. Well, there it is. That's the good news. Bad news is the other two dudes they mentioned, right? It was funny to me because I've seen this over the years. You guys got to start paying attention to try to do it like Doma does, right? When somebody's about to fight somebody they know they shouldn't, and everybody wants them to fight somebody else, before the fight that they shouldn't be having, they'll be talking about the people that they should be fighting. All the time. It never fails. Oh man, I'm going to get him and I'm going to get him because you know you're about to fight somebody you ain't supposed to. Never fails. Right? Never fails. And so when articles are talking about somebody who's going to fight, right, they'll mention the hard guys. But the guys they really mean are these two. Agit Kabayel. Agit Kabayel, I think he's got one loss. I didn't look at his record. Agit Kabayel was undefeated. I think he got one loss now, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he was about to fight Tyson Fury. He was about to get the loss. So he's still undefeated. German guy, Turkish guy by way of Germany. But Agit Kabayel would probably be somebody I think that Anthony Joshua is going to fight. That's who I think it's going to be. And the other one is Otto Wallin. Now, Otto Wallin, right, you know, his claim to fame was the loss against Tyson Fury, where he messed up Tyson Fury's eye, almost cost Tyson Fury that fight against Deontay Wilder, I think the second one. That's his claim to fame. But another fight that you got to give Otto Wallin props for is his beating is Dominic Breazeale. And like I said before, everybody's not beating Dominic Breazeale. So those are two good fights from your boy Otto Wallin. The problem I have is Otto Wallin's last fight, I forgot the guy's record, but I'm just going to say a record, and it was definitely similar to this. Like 5 wins and 23 losses, or something like that. It's somebody who knows, who's going to look a box record. I don't, because I spit it fresh. Because at the end of the day, I know what the hell I'm talking about before I come talk to y'all. It's because, you know, I know what time it is. Behind, he just fought somebody 5 and 23. So you ain't supposed to be fighting Joshua after that. So what this means is, if we're lucky, Joshua going to fight Joseph Parker. But if you ask me what I would really think is going to happen, and Joshua about to fight Agit Kabayel first, Otto Wallin second, then Joseph Parker. So that's medium news. Y'all feeling me? But Joseph Parker's in the mix. So let's see what happens. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.